This is the first part of Reel-08A. It starts in the summer of 1973, just about a year after we moved into our new home, 973 Satterley Road. When we moved in, the retaining wall in the stairwell was falling apart and needed replacement. It just lasted about a dozen years. I was very lucky that I worked closely with a colleague at General Motors, George Gorday, who augmented his GM salary by doing some construction jobs. A colleague at General Motors said that George, here we see him, would do the job right, even if he lost money on it. He was very skilled at all the tasks involved in construction. And as you see, he got a large audience. These were the children of the Calvi family that lived next door, plus Anita. It was an absolutely wonderful family, and I was so sad when they moved on. But in these United States, people move on and you completely lose contact with them. There you see George working away at the skilled tasks and his unskilled labourer in the background cleaning up some cinder blocks for reuse. George did all the skilled work and taught me quite a bit about what was involved. You see, I'm being allowed to pour some mortar into the cinder blocks. Then we pound it down, get it nice and compact, and make a really strong join to the next layer. I still see George from time to time at the GM breakfast we have on Thursday mornings, and he always asks after Anita and David. And we have another helper in the form of David, who had just turned 2. And he's transferring the bricks to my wheelbarrow, the red one. And that's the wheelbarrow I bought in 1972 in Sears on sale for $29.29, and I still use it every time I'm doing work that needs a barrow in the yard. And there's David showing early signs of becoming an absent-minded professor as he heads off in the wrong direction. George, very skilled bricklayer. It's a skilled task. I never got to do any bricklaying. In connection with this movie, I put a level on the wall, and to the degree to which the level could tell, the wall does not depart from the vertical these 37 plus years after it was built. Mixing cement. The cement mixer is George's. We used equipment that both of us had. Of course, it was nearly all George's, but some of the hand tools and the like I messed in. There's George's truck. And here we see Anita, age 4. The wall construction was a male activity. The ladies didn't get too involved. Found it pretty dirty doing it. There I was continuing my apprenticeship, being taught how to apply mortar a little bit. Skills that were very useful in later quite a number of jobs using plaster and not so much mortar, but I've used jobs with concrete and with plaster, where these skills that George taught me were very useful.
Now it's the summer of 1973 and my parents, Grandma and Grandpa, have come as they usually did in the summer, and as we often did, we took them to a park. This one had a rather nice train to play on. I don't think we'd been here before. The kids are exploring it for the first time. My mom was 61 at this point, and Dad was 65. David's not too sure about passing this rather large child. Grandma came to the rescue, putting him back where he wanted to be.
And I can see Anita just about to use an improvised slide. Doesn't look too nice a slide. Anita's 4 and David is 2.
Now here's Grandpa. Dad had one leg that didn't bend from dating back to when he used to own a motorcycle. Managed to crash it just before Mum and Dad were married. Mum didn't enjoy the motorcycle, but she did enjoy Dad. They met when he was playing soccer. She went to see the game, and they loved playing ping pong. They had a ping pong table before I was born, but turned it into my bedroom furniture. And during the war, it was tough to get wood.
And this is getting the benefit of our big basement in our still new house. And we could take it in colour because I had put 3 new fluorescent lights in the basement. We had far more light in our basement than we had in Charter Square.
Anita's playing in the background, and you can just catch a glimpse of the toy supermarket we built there. It had old empty boxes and cans. You could pretend you were really going shopping.
Wow, look at that tummy.
That's Edwin making his first appearance.
And I wonder, should a mum to be indulged in such vigorous activity?
He didn't slow me down any more than Dad's stiff legs slowed him down. See, he even won the point.
Oh yes.
I was playing the night he was born. That was pretty good.
When she was on her game, she could return them all night, but I think we were all a little bit put off by the camera. This usually happens. And of course the camera whirled at the time. It's not like modern video, which is silent. You heard click, 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 so you really knew you were being photographed. Pretty good, and actually we're eating better now.
Oh, we got a lot better later.
Right, and
moved around a lot more too.
Right, and as you see, Grandpa's leg didn't slow him down at all. He did everything very, very active.
It'd be nice if you could really pick the balls up quite that fast.
Yes.
Yes, you're not being nice to me like my dad was.
That's no way to treat a lady in that condition.
I won that one. And that's the picture in the background that I painted of us sitting on our old red couch. Here's David with his wheelbarrow. He wants to help with the gardening. Grandpa is making us flower beds. He dug up what was just plain grass and created us wonderful flower beds either side of the retaining wall. David is heading to help.
Dad purchased the digging fork, which he liked very much, but it's still hanging in the garage and I still use it from time to time. Very good for turning the compost heap. In the background you can see very pregnant Mum. Doesn't show so much when she's looking straight at the camera as it did in profile.
There you go, David. Grandpa saw he needed a little bit of help to loosen the earth. Oh, it's hot work. Dad had a lot of energy. Neat a blowing dandelion puff.
And this brings us to the end of Reel-08A.